Okay, my names are Marshall Nyagilo, and I am a hydroponics and horticulture consultant. So
Yes.
basically, what I do as a consultant is that I do give people information on hydroponics, which is the best structure they can install, and how they can manage crops within their hydroponics unit. Hydroponics is a very interesting technology in farming, which basically the growing media is no longer the soil that you are used to or you are generally accustomed to. Now we change the growing media to a different one. Majorly we use a coco peat. I think you heard of coco peat.
Yes.
Then we also have pumice stones. Pumice stones are a particular type of stones that, for instance, in Kenya you can only access them in Naivasha. And all this growing media have a process of preparation. You don't just take it, then you get into planting. For instance, coco peat, you'll have to do some cleaning to work on checking the pH, checking the even electrical conductivity of the media. It should be within a range that supports the major crops you are going to grow. And the same goes to the pumice stones. The mode of preparation, you have to do thorough. You wash it because pumice generally has a high calcium content in it. So there's a way you are supposed to neutralize so that it's at an equilibrium capable of supporting the plant's growth.
Yeah.
So in that case, again, you'll have to check the electrical conductivity within the requisite range. Then you also check on the pH within the requisite range. You get it?
Yeah.
Then from there now you'll go to the procedure of starting to prepare the unit once the media is ready. There's a way you will be most likely applying it on the surface where you are going to plant, spreading it, and that's general preparation in short.
Yes.
So the secret of hydroponics and how it works. Hydroponics is very interesting in the sense that my experience, because I've been in open field agronomy for the last 5 years, and the biggest challenge I've met in open field agronomy is water management. But now when you get to hydroponics, you use little amount of water because of the technique we are bringing in. There are various types of hydroponics. That one I'll elaborate to you maybe in a moment. They use little water. Then hydroponics is an enclosed system. The nature outside in open field farming, you don't fight Mother Nature. That is the global warming and climate change. But when you come to hydroponics farming, you are reasoning with Mother Nature. In that, whether it's flooding or it's too dry, as long as you have the water, that water is enough to raise for you a crop for the next 6 months, which generally in open field farming you won't have done. So hydroponics is like a backup plan for open field farming to ensure, yes, we are producing in open field farming, but what happens when, for instance, we have these natural disasters like too much rain or too much drought?
Yeah, the locust as well.
Exactly, the locust as well,
Yeah.
What happens when such a disaster comes in? Now, the hydroponics guy, he's protected. Locusts can't access a hydroponics unit. That's one. Then, too much drought. You find there are areas whereby they have boreholes drilled, but the borehole cannot get to the local open field farmer.
Yeah.
It cannot. But you can connect your watering system whereby you have your tank, you access water from a borehole, then it enters your hydroponics unit. For instance, if it's the drip water system, you know how drips work?
Yeah.
They tend to use little as much as possible, but maximizes on the crop's health and physiological properties.
Yes.
90%. So generally, hydroponics is the backup plan for ensuring Africa as a whole is food secure.
What about the comparison in water usage between the field and the hydroponics? How do they use the water?
Very good question. Open field, there are only two techniques. You either have drip lines installed on the surface, or you are using troughs, subsurface irrigation, or sprinkler. Chances of you cutting your drip lines for weeding, zero. Because you look at the growth media, the pumice stones, it is treated, it's disinfected, so that any pathogenic disease cannot get that chance to multiply.
Okay.
Then again, when you look at the pumice stones, when your chances of weeds coming in are like negative, let me say 90% chances for weeds to come in when you have the pumice unit.
Okay.
So you don't have a labor cost for weeding. That's 2. Now 3, the system, chances of a leakage are very minimal because, you regulate it based on, you have a raised tank. This tank will pour in water into the system via gravity. So in most cases, for you to have a spillage due to extraordinary pressure, like in the open sector, whereby sometimes, for instance, me, I do pump directly into the drip line, only in the filter. They are low. So you weigh the pros and the cons. You find that indeed, if we are to achieve our food security, Mr. Mtava, we need to have the backup of the hydroponic systems. We have to promote it, create awareness, and most likely bring in the youth to tap into this.
Now you can talk about the installation cost. Where can somebody start?
Good. Installation. First thing before you get into hydroponics, and I always say it with a lot of rigid mindset, is visit someone who has an hydroponic unit. You get it? Try to acclimatize your mind to the environment and ask yourself, why do I want to install this hydroponics unit? Because you don't buy a car when you don't know why you're buying it.
Yes.
Ask yourself, why do I want to install this hydroponics unit? What have I seen myself that is adding value? You see? Then the moment you visit someone who has the system, in fact, that's where your passion draws you in. I always do things based on passion. When your passion draws you in, your success rate is high. Because you get into detail to find out who is an expert in this, who can consult me at this with his whole passion. He wants to see this succeed. Now from there, you get the right consultant. Remember, you visit someone who had a farm. He will guide you through. This my unit was installed by John Mtava, and John Mtava put me through the best channel, and that's why it's a success. Because John Mtava can visit my unit anytime and offer me a technical advice on the way forward, what to do and what not to do. Now you find the installations vary based on units. There's even a unit, hydroponics unit, that can cost you 2,000 shillings.
Really?
Yeah, 2,000 Kenyan shillings. 4,000,
Yeah.
But which design is that? That is now where you come, the deep water culture.
Yeah.
Deep water culture, even your own son, the moment he sees you doing it, he'll create something extraordinary from what you did. Because it's about innovating space and utilizing water. I'll share with you the image of the deep water culture system, and you love it. I think you'll do it most likely in a week. You'll want to tap into that. So that one can cost even 2,000 shillings, because the materials you are buying, some you can access very fast, or you can just improvise within yourself and start training yourself on how you can grasp into this. Then now when you go to the drip system, we start from up to, let me say, 100,000, because you have to come in with the greenhouse structure unit. And we have greenhouses varying from 15 by 8, 15 by 23, or 23 by even 30, they end up increasing in size. So the smallest unit that can capture up to 1,500, for instance, for lettuce vegetables, that one can cost around 150,000.
Yes.
But you are not limited to that. You can go even for the one which will cost you 75,000. As long as you get the right person to help you and module you through the process of installing a drip system. Those are drip units now. Then we come to the one known as the vertical system. Vertical systems, majorly, you get to find about it in a very interesting way because it's also innovation for what you are talking about. It's still the nutrient filling technique. And there you use vertical pipes, tubings. There are some food grade tubings you come with. There's a way you arrange them in a vertical manner, like the name suggests. Very well. Then you use pumice stones. It's more prone to growing of herbs and celery, like parsley, celery, coriander. They work very well, and that can cost even 30,000 shillings or 40, depending on the size of the dimensions of the unit you want. And I also train. I do online training how you manage your hydroponics crops in an hydroponic unit in terms of nutrition,
Yeah.
pest and disease
Yeah.
management too. So that one I do training online, courtesy of the Africa Association for Vertical Farming.